Hey everybody, it's time for an anime review because I just finished an anime that I was watching with the Discord server I'm in, where we watch things, and the anime in question is Call of the Night. Came out last year. um, it's on High Dive. High Dive's actually not that expensive, considering all the other streaming services are fucking skyrocketing. Uh, I think I want to say High Dive is like $5 or $6. I think it was five. Is now going to be six at some point in the future. Uh, and I really enjoyed it. It's a very wholesome vampire show. It's also very similar in subject matter, minus the vampire stuff, to Insomniac's After School, because they both revolve around chiefly a boy and a girl who are basically up all night, and they do things during that time. Call of the Night, uh, and, Ko can't fucking sleep at night. He's a fucking middle schooler, can't sleep at night, meets Nasuna, and then shenanigans. And Ko discovers that she's a vampire, is cool with it. Spoilers, because I don't know. I'm not going to be able to censor myself really to talk when I want to talk about the show because it's really good. So if you want to go in blind, stop now. So yeah, Anasuna's a vampire, and in this universe, the person who the people who fall in love with vampires turn into vampires if that vampire has drunk their blood. The main character, however, is Ace, kind of Ace. It's really cool dynamic because he doesn't necessarily have romantic feelings or isn't able to express them. So most of the show is just Ko and Nasuna in her apartment, sleeping next to each other after she feeds on him. And then you meet more and more of the characters of this universe, and you meet more vampires. And you meet Ko's childhood friends, who he's kind of drifted away from. Just because, not even malaise. I was gonna say malaise, but not even malaise. Where he just he's kind of done with school. He doesn't he gets good scores and stuff, but he doesn't go to school. He just kind of is going through the motions, really. Can't really sleep well, and so throughout the show, you really only meet women vampires, women and girl vampires, and then one of the girl vampires transforms or sires or whatever you want to call it with vampires, turns him into a vampire, turns a friend of Ko's into a vampire. Um, but up until then, it's mainly just been female vampires. Um, and then, again, spoilers. Spoilers. You should go in this blind, or if you're not going to go in blind, you should read the manga. Because I started to read it, but I don't think I finished it. And I started it after I had already watched the show. Started watching the show. So there's a vampire in the group of women vampires who's a dude, but but and that's how they talk about it in the show. They're just kind of I'm not the right person to necessarily try and put a label on this because I'm a cis hetero white guy. But from the impression I have gotten from this character, is after this revelation happens, is they're gender fluid, or they don't like they how they present themselves, like they present themselves as a girl, but they like they say they're a dude. So it's like it's an interesting, like there's not a lot of representation, like with, and I think I may have talked about this in a previous video where I talked about Call of the Night. But this is going to be about the entire series so far, because it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, and hopefully this gets a second season, because it came out in 2022, and it'd be fine if it came out in 2024 or whatever, because I hope that the people are being treated correctly and aren't under crunch, and the everything's really detailed, and that must take a long fucking time, and I want people to be happy, healthy, and not fucking miserable. Uh, so, um, so yeah, so that the revelation of Hatsuka, that is what I do believe the name is. After the revelation of Hatsuka and who they are, before that, um, the three friends, Kira, Ko, and blonde guy whose name is escaping me, Mahiro, I think is his name. They go to school after hours to whatever. Like like they wouldn't have memories of the friends and stuff, and they happen upon a teacher who it's revealed has been missing for 10 years and has not been feeding on, like, hasn't been drinking people's blood. So dude flips out when he sees the three, because he was gonna suicide by not drinking blood for 10 years, which is a way that these kind of vampires can pass on. So attacks Kira and Ko smacks the guy in the fucking head with a chair. And then this fucking detective lady shows up out of nowhere, and fucking, I think Ko meets her before this happens. But then she shows up at the school. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Ko meets her when he's trying to drum up business for a cuddling business that Nasuna has, where literally she just sleeps next to people. Like that's what she does. Or she lays next to people and they can sleep. And I assume that's also how she gets blood sometimes if she can't get to feed off of Ko. Um, and she has this weird flirting thing, and she's sus as fuck. The red flags left, right, and fucking center of this fucking. Um, so she appears, and then lets him feed on her. Her blood tastes bad. Then she puts a ring in his hand, like a wedding ring, a wedding band, and then talks to him, and then he dies in the sunlight and turns to ash. And like that's the last. I don't know. It's not like the last third, but like the last. There's 13 episodes, and it's like the last 4 episodes are kind of. It's not a third. I don't fucking know. I'm not good with fractions. I'm not good with fucking anything. Anyway, so um, that happens, and then she introduces Doubt, the detective lady, puts a just a touch of doubt into Ko's head, and then you know he's like, I don't know if I want to be a vampire, that kind of stuff. But then so then Nasuna goes to the other vampires that are in her group and says, "You need to give him a pass. Like I don't know if he wants to become a vampire anymore. I like pass whatever." And then a business lady vampire fucking breaks the table, and then like there's this conversation that happens off screen. It happens kind of on screen, then goes off screen, and then Ko has the whole conversation with Hatsuka, then goes to the vampire ladies, but Nasuna's already left. Then he books it, finds her, and then they have this really sweet conversation, and then it ends. Then the season just ends, and it kind of ends on it ends on something that could be the end because it's like things are different now. We'll we're gonna come together and both kind of be checked into this relationship that we both want. Uh, but it also is like the way it leaves it is kind of also a cliffhanger. And I hope they get a second season. One of the coolest things, aside from the animation and the story and whatever, is the fact that there is a song that's the ending of the anime. The ending song for the anime is a song that's titled the same fucking thing as the name of the show in Japanese. And it's amazing. I'm gonna fucking just on the anime because I want to try and pronounce it somewhat good. Like so, the opening theme is called Daten, and it's by Creepy Nuts, which is fucking amazing. And the ending theme is also by Creepy Nuts, which again, great name for a band. Yofukashi no Uta, which is the name of the anime in Japanese. But this song wasn't made for the show. It was fucking Uh, it was just like a song that Creepy Nuts put out, and then it just kind of fit perfectly with the anime. Um, it's it's really good. I recommend it. And again, I gave you spoiler warnings multiple times through this fucking thing, and if you ignored them, that's on fucking you. But even if I did spoil it for you, you should still read it and watch it, because I am a goddamn mumble-mouth idiot, and I probably didn't explain things properly any fucking way. So go watch it. It's on High Dive. I think it's probably on other services. I guess no. I guess it's just on High Dive in uh, fucking U.S. So if you live in the U.S., High Dive. And again, High Dive is actually cheaper than fucking like Crunchyroll and fucking. I guess it's cheaper than like Hulu, and it has a lot of cool anime. Has a lot of like older anime. Up until recently, they had the Higurashi When They Cry, but they lost the rights, I guess, to stream it, which I'm very mad about. Because we never, like, I was showing it through the group, and we never fucking finished the goddamn thing. But yeah, so free advertising, High Dive, you should give me a fucking like free year of fucking High Dive. But it's got this, it's got Nana, it's got your boy Kongming, which is it's a fucking trippy fucking anime that's also based on a manga. But it's got like Nyankoi, Mezzo, which is a weird. It's got Dark Gathering, which is a fucking crazy, like, just crazy fucking anime. It recently added the Older Orphan, ORPHEN, Orphan anime. It added Rosen Maiden, or Rosen Maiden, however the fuck you pronounce that. The Serious Girlfriend X, which is a fucking trip. It's got like all of the Chunibyo stuff, the anime movies. It's got Medaka Box. It's adding fucking Queensblade, which it's not even the first season. It's just like the second season, or the sequel season. But it's got School Life, Farming in Another Life, Farming Life in Another World. Excuse me, Isekai Life. It's got a bunch of sports stuff. It's got like it's got like comedy. It's got stuff that's called Watch After Dark, which is like borderline hentai, I assume, or like strictly just adult anime that isn't necessarily hentai. Um, but it's got like romance anime. It's got like wholesome shit like Call of the Night and Insomniacs After School. Uh, Nozaki-kun, uh, fucking what's some other Sky Cubic Maid War, which is a fucking trip. If you've not watched it, watch it. It is a fucking goddamn trip. Anyway, this is not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored, but it's not fucking sponsored by High Dive. I just enjoy a lot of the anime that is on fucking High Dive. Get Higurashi When They Cry back. God damn it, High Dive. Talk to everybody. Have a wonderful fucking day.